I thought I would start by showing you some enlargements with some positive whole number scale factors before moving on to some negative scale factors. If you are enlarging a shape from a center of enlargement, then it makes a difference where the center is. The closer the center is to the shape, the closer the image will get. You have the original shape and you produce an image with a scale factor. And the scale factor is a linear scale factor. It's all about the lengths of the new shape side. So my new cross here, when I enlarge it by scale factor 3, will be 3 times as wide and 3 times as tall. The same thing happens with negative 3 as well. You'll have a new shape which is 3 times as tall and 3 times as wide, but the position of it is in a completely different place. Let's just do this one. Scale factor 3, I draw in guidelines. If you're doing this on paper, guidelines are really useful. It's the distance from here to here times 3 to here. Okay, let's have a look at a scale factor of a half. Scale factor of a half coming from the center over here is going to be half the distance. If we look back at the original here of scale factor 3, this was 3 times the distance. So that distance going from there to there was 3 times as much as this. And it makes sense that scale factor of a half should be half the distance from the center to one of the corners. So we'll end up with something that's half as wide, half as tall. Let's have a look at some guidelines. The guidelines really help to decide where things are going to be. Okay, now, enlarging by a scale factor of a negative number, you still have to draw the guidelines. So the scale factor of -1 is the same size. Scale factor of -2 is twice as wide, twice as tall. Both of them have gone through the center and out the other side. Hello! I thought it would be good for me to show you some Manga High exercise on transformations that I'm asking you to do. There is one particular exercise that is a game, but it is really good for learning the more difficult transformations, especially enlargements, and a combination of transformations, which I want you to look at today. So I'm going to start up Manga High. And log in. I can log in as a student and see the same exercises that I've set you. And it's the ones I'm interested in, the ones that have this symbol here. There's they're called Transtar, I think. So we've got things involving negative enlargements. That's the more difficult one. There's also one about integer and fractional enlargements. That's sort of not quite as bad, but also more difficult. I want you to start with the one that says reflections, rotations, and translations. And I am going to start this up. There's the button. And this has a series of levels. Oh, the music's quite loud there. I'm just going to turn the music off for now. I'm not sure if you can hear that. But when you play this game, you have different sectors and in different zones. So zone 1 has, I think, 3 sectors. And you can try the different zones. And let me put this on full screen. You have different tasks. So you have a shiny shape that you have to try and move to where the other shape is. That's the image. And it could be a translation, it could be a reflection, it could be a rotation, and eventually an enlargement. And when you have a translation, you drop it on there and it moves. And if it goes to the right place, you've got it. And sometimes you can get it wrong, but you can only get it wrong so many times before you lose all your lives. 12 to the left, and how many down? I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another 4 down, so 8 down, so it's that one. There we go. So this is this is worth me doing. I'm learning something. Now when you have shapes like this where it has like a red blob, those are blocks, so you can't accidentally go through them. So here I have to try and get the shiny shape to this shape without hitting those red things. So if I just went directly to the right, I would hit them. I think what I have to do is I have to go up first So that's a 3 to the right, 3 up. Then I have to go along to the side, 8 and 6 down, so it sort of misses both of those. And then I have to go up. And now I'm just going to speed this video up so you can see a few more of these until I get some more difficult ones. So now I'm going to have a look at the ones involving fractional enlargements. So this is a bit of a step up. I haven't actually done this one before, but I want you guys to have a go at this. When you have an enlargement, you hit the button where the center of the enlargement is. So here I want a scale factor of 2, and I've got a choice of different, sometimes you have a choice of different centers. Here there was just one, you hit it. But sometimes when you have enlargements, there's a choice of 2. So here we've got scale factor 3, it could be from here, it could be from here, and you have to decide which one it is. And the way of finding out which one it is by having a look at the distance from the center to the original shape, and then from the center to the large shape. And for this one, if I started from this center, the one on the right, I'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares to the right to get to this corner, and 1 square up. So if this is the right center, I would have to go 15 squares to the right because it's scale factor 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 3 up. So it's this one. This one is too far away. There we go, got it right. Okay, what happens next? So I've got a choice of either a scale factor 2 or a scale factor 3. Now I can easily work that out by just looking at how wide my triangle is. That's 2 across, and that one's 4 across, so it's got to be the scale factor 2. The scale factor 3 triangle would be much bigger. Now here I've got lots of 3s, but 4 different options for the center. So the way to do this, I think, is to try and think about if there were guidelines going between these. You could join a guideline with a ruler, and the guidelines would go through the center. So it'd go through those top 2. I'm just, you can't see this, but I'm holding a ruler up to my screen here, and then I'm going to hold a ruler up the other corners, and I can see that my guidelines, they go through these top 2, and this one, if I connect this corner up with this corner, it goes through the one in that corner there. So using a ruler or a pencil or something, you can join up the corners and you can see where the center is. This one has got a combination. So I've got a center of enlargement 3 here, and I've got a translation. So if I did the enlargement first, there's no way that's going to end up in the right place. So I think I'm going to do the translation first, and that puts me in the right place for the enlargement. So these have a whole load of different things going on, but they are great practice for transformations. I'm definitely going to have to do a mirror here. I need the mirror to make it not too far away. I think I want to have the mirror here. And the center of enlargement. No, that was wrong. Rats. Okay, maybe if I do that first and then put the mirror there, that's more like it, yeah. So it makes a difference which order you do these. So try this. I don't really want you to do anything else apart from these 3 different games. The one involving translations, rotations, and reflections. Then the one involving enlargements with scale factors, which are fractional or positive. And then eventually work your way up to the negative scale factors. That's the more difficult ones. But I would recommend using a ruler and holding it up to the screen and just trying different combinations to see how you get on. Okay, good luck.